Hey, what's up, guys? Sean with Blue Ridge. Hope everyone's having a great start to your almost weekend. Yeah, it's like Friday afternoon, Friday night for some of you. Great news. And it wasn't really great news about 30 days ago. But I think I'm going to change my mind and actually send out a coin grading submission. And now might be a good time for some of you that are looking to send out coins to either PCGS or NGC to finally make a move. And the big reason is, well, I'm going to tell you, both of those companies are knocking it out of the freaking park when it comes to the turnaround times. 30 days ago, myself and Adam Chambers did a video on how to grade coins on the live coin Q&A channel. Some of you have probably already seen it. As a matter of fact, about 455 of you have actually watched the video. Not specifically from this channel, but all over. I'm surprised that you guys haven't watched it yet. But if you're interested, I'll put the link somewhere. Maybe I'll put a little tab or doodad somewhere around here. But at that time, it was taking about 90 days for most people to get their coin submissions back. Sometimes as high as 120 days, which is 3 to 4 months. And that's insane. Well, according to NGC's website, they have caught up by a good deal. I wanted to take some time to kind of share with you what the turnaround times for each of these service levels with NGC. PCGS does not have an updated service level approximation in days. So we're just going to kind of leverage NGC's turnaround schedule and assume that PCGS will follow kind of like the same turnaround schedule as well. Both companies receive a pretty large volume of grading submissions. Each company excels a little bit better in grading certain coins than the other. Which, depending on what you have, you might send more varieties to NGC, but more of your technical graded stuff to PCGS, because PCGS graded coins have typically a little bit better secondary market. Some of those coins, if we're talking like apples to apples, okay, PCGS, NGC, if we're just going to choose a grade, mid-state 65, oh, here's a good example. This 1887 Morgan dollar, a PCGS graded mid-state 65 of this coin will probably end up selling for about 10 to 20% more over the NGC graded coin. Now, again, that's all in the eye of the beholder. Some people see PCGS, and this is kind of like something that people have really stand firmly behind, is that they're a little bit more stricter when it comes to their grades. They've always been kind of like the gold standard in the grading space. But getting back to turnaround times, I just figured I'd go ahead and update you guys in the event that you are interested. Now, what's not taken into account are pre-screen or bulk submissions. Bulk submission deals, you have to be either an authorized dealer through NGC or an Elite Collectors Society member. You would have to send about 100 or more of the same type of coins. So 100 quarters, for example, would have to be sent out. I'm sure a lot of people did bulk submissions with like American Silver Eagles. That's a great example. So for brand new 2022 uncirculated Silver Eagles, they're going to go ahead and send it bulk. But you have to pay that extra membership cost of being an Elite Collector Society member. You have to call that in, all right? Because obviously with bulk submission fees, they do take longer to process. But getting into more of the grading tiers that make more sense to us, like folks like you and I, let's start out with the modern tier, which are all U.S. and world coins struck 1965 to present. So these are relatively newer coins. Excludes patterns, die trials, etc. Or U.S. or world tokens and metals struck 1990 to present, both private and official. So that's within the last 32 years. Maximum value of $3,000. So for a lot of you registry set nuts out there that like to send submissions like this is the tier that you would use. $19 per coin. You guys know that. Now here are the specific turnarounds. So for coins specifically, US coins, 26 days. Beforehand, I believe it was like right around 60 days. And this was, again, this is a revised update on the turnaround times. The moment that they open your package, there are times, especially last year, when everybody was grading everything under the sun, that it would take 30 to 45 days for them between the receipt of the package to opening it. It would be 30 to 45 days. And then that's in addition to the amount of time it takes for it to roll through the grading process. So back then, last year, people were receiving their coins in about 5 to 6 months, which, you know, is a kind of a microcosm of the entire grading industry, from sports cards to comic books to video games to coins and currency. So modern, 26 days for US coins, 40 days for world coins. And it seems like across the board, world coins is taking longer, probably because they have less amount of world coin specific graders to meet the demand for those. Tokens, 24 days, and world tokens, 59 days. All right, so that's for modern. So that's a little bit newer stuff. Now, for the tier that a lot of us probably use, and that's economy. So that's all dates non-gold US, except US colonials or world coins, or US or world tokens, and metals struck before 1990, both private and official. So this is kind of like your basement level tier. $300 max value, $23 a coin. This is the one that's most used. US turnaround is 29 days. World coins, 56 days. For tokens, US, 38 days. And world, 15 days. There are a lot more good for tokens, Civil War tokens, things like that people are sending economy. A lot of like the R1 to R5 rarity types. And that's why it's taken a lot longer for tokens to turn around and get sent back to you. All right, there is a tier for gold. This is a lot of like what I would consider to be just baseline, primarily modern or pre-1933 gold that's common dated. All US dates for $5, $10, $20 Liberty, $10 Indians, $20 St. Gaudens. All common date world gold coins struck prior to 1980. And this is $3,000 cap value per coin. $30 a piece is a submission fee. Okay, this is reasonable. 13 days turnaround time from the moment they open your package, 23 days for world. And then, of course, they have specialty gold. And these are things like fractionals, $1 quarter eagles, $3 gold, half eagles, and all better date US gold. Again, $3,000 max value, but it's $40, 13 days. Now here's another tier that a lot of people like to use that's standard, and that covers all US or world coins. Okay, that's $40 submission fee. You're going to find that NGC submission fees are a little bit more expensive than PCGS. And they did hike up the price. The big reason why is that they're trying to deter people from sending them more submissions. They're trying to get caught up. So what they'll do, and what a lot of these grading companies will do, is that they will bump the price up of specific tiers that's being used quite a bit. And that'll generally lessen their workload. People see that, are like, ugh, you know, I don't want to pay 40, 50, 60 bucks for that tier. I'll just wait. And most of the time people do, but that'll lessen the amount of workload that the graders go through. But for standard, it's 19 days for US, world coins, 50 days. And then the next submission, this is for we're getting a little bit richer here. This is express. This is all US or world coins. If you are submitting collectibles under the express grading tier, mark each side of your shipping box with EX in large, bold letters. So this is a $10,000 maximum value per coin. $80 is how much it's going to cost to grade your coins. It takes 4 days for US coins, 10 days for world coins. So it gets quicker, and it gets even more quicker. There's a walkthrough tier. These include a scratch resistant holder, same with Express. Again, you are grading either US or world coins under this tier. It's a $25,000 maximum value. $175 a coin, and that's a 3-day turnaround. So that gets back to you really quick. I would say in most cases, walkthroughs get back to you within a week. So call it like 7 days, 5 business days, whatever you consider, depending on how quickly you get it there. If you overnight your coins to NGC or PCGS, or if you just did register mail, which I would recommend for a coin of that value because you're covered up to $50,000 using the post office's registered mail option. And then finally, for all you deep pockets folks out there, you got the unlimited maximum coin value walkthrough. All US or world coins are included. It's $350 plus 1% of fair market value. So if you had $1 million coin, it's $350 plus 1%. Was that $10,000? Yeah, $10,000. Wow. That's a 24-hour turnaround. So you'll write big WK on the box, and when they receive it, they'll know exactly what it is. They'll open it up and then process it immediately. That puppy is going to get pushed ahead of the line because someone's paying $10,000 to have the $1 million coin graded. So all of the tiers, especially from standard, economy, and modern, are virtually cut in half. As a matter of fact, it's probably more than that, probably like 60% drop in turnaround days. So it was 55 to 65 days. Now it's at 26 to 30 days to get these back to you. And this is really primarily the main reason why I wanted to wait, because for me personally, it's a matter of getting these coins back. There's going to be a few of them that I will keep into my collection. And there's a few coins that I will send off to like Great Collections or some other company to go ahead and sell it. But keep in mind, if you're in the business of grading coins and then flipping them with immediate profit in mind, it's going to be quicker, but you still have to wait. Right now, according to NGC, they're opening packages delivered the week of March 14th, which is not too bad. That was only a week ago. Actually, a little bit over a week ago, 10 days ago. So they've tightened that up. Before, they had like 25 days. They have probably a storeroom or a locker or some high security area where they had all the packages maybe on shelving, and they're all classified and, you know, all that stuff. They were sitting on racks and shelves for a good 25 to 30 days before a NGC or PCGS team member would touch it and open it up. And then that starts the clock for the turnaround time. So let's say at the time, 30 days ago, it was 50 days turnaround time for economy. It would be 25 days that the box will be sitting on a shelf or rack, and then add another 50 days on top of that. And that's why the turnaround time appears a lot longer than it actually is because of the total time of storage and then the grading time. Because when it goes through grading, it's not looking just through one set of eyes. It gets audited by a few different other graders too. So, I mean, if it was a well-oiled machine, you'll have, you'll go bing, bang, boom. You'll have, the main grader and then the two other auditors to go through them really quickly within a day, right? In theory, you would think that, but it doesn't. PCGS, unfortunately, does not have a revised turnaround time schedule like NGC has. NGC is really good about it. It's on their website, whether you're a member or not. But for PCGS, and it's for standard and gold shield submissions, which is like anti-counterfeiting type of technology, the gold shield. Express, 15 days for US. I'm just going to say US coins here. Regular is 50, economy is 60, modern is 50, modern value is 50. But it's always said that. It seems like it's a lot longer because it is compared to NGC. But again, PCGS does receive quite a load of submissions. I would say compared to NGC, they probably receive maybe 1.5 to 2 times the amount of submissions. So depending on how quick you need it, you might want to go with NGC for your, I would say, non-registry style coins because, obviously people pay the much larger premiums on PCGS registry level coins, which are top pop, the highest grade of that specific date. And you're good to go. But yeah, this is encouraging news. And this is ultimately what's going to allow me to finally pull the trigger because I've held back on a number of coins. I have a relatively small submission that encompasses about 10 to 12 coins. I have a few that I'm waiting for to come in. But I did show you that 1887 Morgan that I have every intention of sending out. I actually cherry-picked this out of a local dealer that had a number of these. There was someone that came in and sold about 20 of these, a date collector, and they're all super high-end. This one has clean cheeks and fields. I'm confident that this one will probably end up at the minimum of mid-state 66 for 87, and that'll put the value of this coin at about $400. I think it might even hit 67, which will change the game quite considerably. That'll actually bump up the value of this particular silver dollar to that $800 to $1,000 range. So we're open there. In addition, I do have a number of the 2021 retain cut coins. I have 3 of these and 3 of the die cracks, and then one other one with a different progression that is the sole known example. I haven't seen another one like it. So I'm going to send all of those 6 as well. Plus, I have a few Buffalo nickels I've cherry-picked here in the last 12 months. 36S, I have a 26D, I believe, which is really nice. I think that one might even grade 65 or 66. And a few others. I think there was a 3-feathered Buffalo in there that I think is probably like an AU level quality coin. All very beautiful. What I'll do before I send my submission out is I'll do a video kind of showing what I'm sending out. I might even do a quick little tutorial on how to enter these into NGC's online submission form. So yeah, great news. You might want to consider sending your coins out, seeing as how the turnaround times have tightened up and they've gotten their crap together. They've pushed out a bunch of submissions and now there's some breathing room. But it's not going to stay like that. See, again, there's like ebbs and flows. It's like a roller coaster ride when it comes to these grading services. You'll come to a point where it's going to be at the very bottom, like it is right now. Okay, NGC's caught up. PCGS isn't probably too far behind. But once people learn that it's beginning to ease up a little bit, they're going to flood it again with more submissions. And people will pay what they'll pay. They don't mind paying the elevated price for things like economy and modern, as long as they could get it to you or to them. But yeah, that's really cool stuff. I have a whole bunch of coins. Again, if you guys need a recap, this is a PCGS graded coin. It's got the bluish label, but they also have other labels. This is a gold shield, by the way, right there. So this is a West Point War in the Pacific, mid-state 67. And it's got the QR code and the hologram and all that great stuff. So that's what PCGS slab looks like. That's NGC. It's got the white insert. This is a 1921 piece dollar. High relief AU58. There's the reverse. It's got the same hologram that they've used the last few years without any modifications. So that's your difference right there. PCGS, NGC. In case you're curious, maybe you might like one over the other as far as style. I recommend both services. They're both top-notch, I would say. But these days I grade less about turning the coins into the secondary market, but more so grading to keep these coins into my personal collection, because some of it was given to me as a gift or an inheritance or something like that that I haven't never gotten graded, but it's time to. But yeah, that's what I do these days. Plus, I also have my piece dollar collection that I'm slowly putting together. I actually sold a few pieces so I can upgrade them. I'm still doing Mint State 61, but I got rid of coins that didn't quite fit my overall need as far as eye appeal. So I might even get rid of this 21S because it's not 61, it's the AU58. But in any event, there we are. That's kind of a quick update on the turnaround schedule for both NGC and PCGS. It's a great time to submit coins, but don't just submit anything. I just want to put that out there. Just don't send anything out there. The coin you found in circulation that you think might be something, do not do it. Make sure you know what you got. Consult with someone, a professional. That's maybe not me. I'm just telling you like it is, you know. It's but yeah, that was it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a good time on this video. Happy weekend. Have a great weekend, guys. And yeah, thank you, Coinaholics. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.